More film, Hollywood, movie theories for you guys. I told you I was building a creative platform, so I hope you guys understand I'm going to have a bunch of conversations with my artists. I think that we should stop looking at first week sales in music. I think we should stop looking at first week sales or box office tickets sold. I think the best way to tell how good the art is of this era that we're in, which I still believe is this digital psychosis bubble, the best way to tell how good the art is to see how long it actually lasts on people's palettes. It seems like everything, and you know how I keep telling you guys how we've sacrificed chasing the art for the algorithm because we have to keep on maintaining the visibility to our audiences, since we're now forced to babysit our audiences hoping that they'll give us money rather than pursue the art in full and then be compensated properly, if not well, for the work that we do in an appreciated creative community or form. And if you want to go back and reference that video where I said streaming is going to be like the end of the content bubble, kind of, we're getting to a point where really all we're doing is sacrificing the art to pursue the algorithm, all the way until the point where we just figure out whatever the formula is for the perfect algorithm, and then we plug that in these AI systems, and then we're done needing content creators. Because basically what you content creators are just like digital astronauts attempting to figure out what this universe of the digital internet is, literally like going into space in the pitch black and attempting to touch and feel the whole entire reality. And then once it's safe enough for wealthy people to create the reality at their perfect leisure, usually at the mercy of us and our well-being, then they'll just remove us and then place themselves in all the roles that they want to see themselves in, the success they want to see themselves, the titles they want to have, the achievements they want to have, and then just hand them across through each other, like through nepotism and inheritance. But I'm not making this shit up, bro. This happens everywhere. Just think about America. Do you think that Europe sent their best and brightest to America? They did not. They sent prisoners here. They sent indentured servants of slave masters here, and the ambitious slave masters that thought they were either going to get gold or find somebody to enslave out here. So it's literally just the worst people in society, and then the craziest people in society, and then the people willing to gamble the most. Those are the only people that are there first into these new frontiers, these new realities. And we can't look at the digital universe as anything other than its own world. Maybe similar to, but not exactly alike this real world that we live in. It's its own universe with expressions and understandings and meaning and all that of its own. And the reason why I say I'm so confident in AI creators being used to replace these content creators, if you want to call them, and then we're going to have no artist and no organic content creators anymore, are because you content creators cannot say anything that damages your marketability. Even if it's authentic to how you truly feel and how you really are. You can't say anything that damages your marketability. And in this day and age where freedom of speech is now not even free anymore, the best thing that you can be is like a severely underpaid contract worker, remote worker from home for whatever platform you're uploading content onto. Which is hilarious because you're probably working more hours or just as many hours as somebody who actually works in office and is getting paid on salary or like a real livable wage. And you're doing it all creating this free, now high quality content for TikTok to either use to just continue to sell ads off this platform and Meta and all them, or for them to train their AI off of, which is interesting that Meta is saying that we're going to stop doing green screen videos and we're forcing you to make high quality organic videos if you want any views, because that's the perfect way to get people who don't understand they're training their replacements. Hey, show your replacement what it looks like you're supposed to do. And then we'll take it from there once we're tired of you or once we don't need your being anymore. And this actually kind of leads us into another conversation that I was going to make a podcast on, but I guess we can kind of start it here. I know you guys are familiar with either just hella remakes of movies, like remakes of movies. And if not that, then it's just the same exact actors, the Timothy Chevrolet and all of them in just every single fucking movie. And nothing against Timothy Chevrolet, but it's from a business standpoint. You can tell that it's finance bros and tech bros that are leading the fucking cause, and it's not the creatives and the artists and the people in the art. Because you have to put packages together now. Director this, actor this, because you're selling to investors. Like, fuck the fans, fuck the story, fuck the culture. You're selling to investors who need a return on their investment, or you are going to be blacklisted from this industry for fucking up one time. As if creative arts is like that at all, and you don't have to fuck your way up into finding or figuring it out as a creative artist. But I digress a little bit to get back to the main line. We focused so much more on how we can market and sell and tag ads onto everything and just hyper maximize productivity and profitability that we don't even care to tell stories anymore, to share meaning, experience, wisdom with one another anymore. Like, it doesn't even mean anything anymore. Now the thing that matters is being a movie star. Now the thing that matters is being a famous director. Now the thing that matters is being a fucking millionaire. Nothing to do with the art anymore. Nothing to say, you know what, I felt this in my life. I've dreamed this in my mind, and I wanted to bring this to the world through this medium that is film, that is music, that is art. To you, to feel, to remember that you're human too. And even if you don't experience these things in your life, you can feel them with your heart and your fucking soul. And AI can never replace that shit. The only thing that can happen is humans getting so codependent onto AI that we forget what it even means to be responsible for those things called our feelings, for those things called our emotions, and how to handle them, and not only handle them, but to express them and allow them to be a part of our self-discovery and actualization journey. As if we didn't all come here to do that on this fucking planet. But I keep getting so far from the point. I apologize. You have to tag all these fucking packages and tag all these famous directors and artists and or whatnot in there. Maybe not the best, but the famous ones in there, because you're selling it. And at that point, when we're looking to sell the art before we even know if we've created valuable art, we completely abandon putting as much value as we can into that thing that I was just describing called the story. The root of all of these most of this art. And if you don't want to look at it as just like a chronological story, just think about art or sharing of art as like you cultivating a flame within yourself and sparking a candle and then sharing it, giving it to somebody else and lighting their candle with it. Now that I'm thinking about it, actually, I'm starting to realize this is probably why the collective intelligence was just so poor during the Dark Ages, and why the Dark Ages were led by religious institutions that wanted power and control over literally every bit of everybody's lives. Because they constrict your ability to express yourself and to not only have freedom of speech, but freedom of expression and humanity, truly. So you can't even tell stories anymore. Or really, there's no point in telling stories, because telling real stories and sharing real human emotions might get you deleted. So you'd rather just do what's going to keep you alive, which is getting paid, than putting yourself on Front Street every day to be on like an FBI watch list. And then everything is dedicated. Oh, well, I dedicate this to the church, or to the this or to the that, or the only people who are able to invest in any type of art or culture are the church, again, because they're also playing the cultural fucking colonizer role, as you can't do anything outside of what our God tells you to do. And then nobody progresses in any way, and we think that Earth is in the center of the universe, when some people, regular people, think, well, maybe the sun is in the center of the universe and we're all operating around that. And the church is like, you know what? You should probably die for that.